Hey Taurus, welcome to Black Star Tarot. This is your monthly numerology reading. All right, so let's see what's going to show up for you on every receipt, every clock, every license plate, right? Let's see what number it is that'll be your best friend this month, Taurus. Got it. All right. Oh, this is the first time I've seen 999. I am unique. And so you are, okay? Yes, you are. So nines talk about a higher purpose, right? And they talk about completion. But let's see what this card says. So it says, thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs, so you can make the best of the life that is still wanting to be fulfilled by only you. Perfect. So here's my thing, Taurus. Like I said, right, it says leave it behind, right? It says thank the past for your lessons and then leave it where it belongs. So leave it because you guys are transitioning right now, okay? Because nines talk about completions, they talk about endings, they talk about higher purposes, okay? So because of what you've been through, right? This almost feels like that completion, that world energy. It has the energy of the world, right? Because of what you've been through, that is the reason for who you are, right? That is your uniqueness. And I'm gonna say that I'm not gonna say I don't care. Like when bad things happen to us, like say we all go through bad things, right? And I would never say don't care about those bad things, but note that a lot of those bad things like kind of make us who we are, right? It gives us that uniqueness, even if that uniqueness isn't so nice. So, it goes both ways because we have good and bad. We have our shadow side and stuff. But what I'm saying is that because of all that you've gone through, that is what makes you unique, okay? But things are changing now, all right? This month, you have an energy that's coming in to help you release what no longer, serves you, okay? Wisdom that you've gained through life experience is kind of what made you who you are, okay? This has a real humanitarian energy, and it also has an energy of compassion, right? I just feel like if you've been hurt, I feel like that hurt is the reason why you love so hard, right? Not being all corny, but that's kind of the vibes that I'm getting for some of you out there, okay? And because you've learned the lesson, right? You understand the journey, the program, and things like that. I feel like there's some type of spiritual elevation and closure, of something for you. All right. So prepare for a new cycle after some type of completion here. All right. 9, 18, 27. So if you add the nines together, we got 27. So that's should another 9, right? Yeah. So God, you can't even escape it, right? 19, 27, 79. Yes, it's just another 9. So even if you add the 9s together, it still ends up another 9. So I just feel like this is, you're at the end. Okay, you're right there at the finish line. Okay, with something here, Taurus. Whatever this is for you this month. If it's a good time, that's about the end, right? If it's a bad time, that's about the end. Okay, wherever you are right now, you're about to wrap something up. But I feel like higher purpose. 9s represent higher purpose, and so it has to do with that. For some of you, it's like you've learned a lesson. You, like I said, you understand how this works, like how life really works, like on a spiritual level. Okay, and because of what you've gone through, that's what has made you unique. So you guys can maybe expect some type of apology. Okay, someone definitely could have said something or did something to you, and now is the time. They may be finally apologizing for some, maybe not. All right, pages always knights always take some type of action. Okay, so a lot of you could be transitioning into this phase. Like I feel like there's a spiritual upgrade in some way, shape, or form. Okay, I feel like you're following your heart right now when this knight shows up. This definitely could be a Prince Charming. Okay, for some, not all. Some of you could have, you know, had some issues with alcohol, you know, in your past, because this Knight is in the past. Okay, so moving into the future, I feel like things are changing and things are transforming. But I do feel like a lot of you are following your heart. Some of you could be wrapping up some type of relationship, you know, because this is a lover. All right, the Knight of Pentacles is a lover. And so some of you could be doing that. All right. We had the Hermit that wanted to pop. It flipped over, but it didn't come out. But, okay. All right. So we have Source here, which is great. All right. This is card number 5. And so remember, 5s are all about changes, you know, freeing yourself from something. All right. This is a numerology reading, so we're not going to ignore that 5 that's on the Hierophant here. You know, so you do have some type of change. You do have some type of freedom. For a lot of you, you're just simply breaking out of limitations. Like, you're realizing who the hell you are, and you're heading into a turning point right now. Okay, a turning point is approaching. You know, expect something unexpected here for some of you. I'm not saying this is anything bad, by no means at all. For some, it could be a Taurus, a Libra, or a Sag that may reach out to you. That could be this Knight, okay? For others of you, this is just Source here. Source is here representing, because the Hierophant talks about, you know, beliefs, inner truths, right? Some of you, if this is a relationship, or if you're married to someone, it could be a teacher, you know, that's also here as well. But it speaks of higher teaching, higher understanding. It speaks of source and beliefs and relationships and contracts, you know, and unions, all kinds of crap, right? So, you know, there's endings, there's beginnings, there's completions. You got some interesting energy this month, Taurus. I mean, honestly, like, you have a lot going on. But in a nutshell, you know, 9s are amazing. So, because it's this growth is what has happened here, okay? It's almost like, you know, some of you have gone from saying like, God, like, why am I even here? You know, like, why am I here? Why am I going through this? Why are things so hard? Like, what is this place? Like, you know, a lot of you have gone through that mindset, right? Why did this happen to me? Why did they do this to me? Why did they hurt me? Why did they, you know, you kind of went from that to now a more like an energy of understanding, an energy of growth. Like, you're more in alignment now with Source. Okay, like you're leaving behind, you know, all that other stuff. You know, now you're going to, like, you're gonna understand, because you understand life, you'll be more adaptable to enjoy it, you know, so to speak, because now you have some type of better understanding. I want to get one more card. I was gonna stop here, but I just do. Oh, you have the Devil. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn. For others of you, definitely some type of toxic relationship, right? Contracts. You know, I said that earlier. Just definitely like I think I said contracts. I'm not sure. But you could be dealing with a Capricorn, or or it doesn't really matter, right? Because we have the Hierophant here, and that represents, like, you could be a Taurus, Libra, Sag, Capricorn if this is a relationship. But yeah, like, you. This has a karma component to it, doesn't it? It feels very karmic. Some of you have been through some shit. Let me just say that, all right? And because this is YouTube, you definitely can't get into certain things. Like, I have feelings and thoughts right now that I can't say. But some of you have been through stuff, like, from childhood, right? That, you know, has kind of been, like, you know, shaping who you are, or who you've been, like, the majority of your life. Like, it's, you know, childhood trauma. I see that here, particularly, I don't know why I feel it, but I just do, right? So I do see childhood trauma here, but, and although you may not understand why that, or this bad relationship that's also here, like, you know, if you've been treated really bad in some way, like, all of that is about to change, all right? Just so you know, right? Things are going to restore because you're at the end. Like I said, 9s are all about completions, and it's all about higher purpose. So because of this Devil, because of this relationship, because of all the things that you've been through, that is why you guys are unique, because of all that you've gone through. Without people like you, or people who, don't know what suffering is like if you didn't like you we wouldn't even know what happiness is. Like we I hate to say we need suffering. I don't even know how to phrase that properly to say that, but for me personally, like those hard times is, you know, what makes me unique. um so when I was, let's just say, when I was younger, a lot wasn't given, you know, to me in the right way. But today, you know, I appreciate stuff like that, right? I do small things for people. You know, I like to see people happy. You know, I'm always giving something, baking something, making something, you know, because that's just me. So, and I'm that way because, you know, that's how I've always wanted the world to be, giving, you know, happy, to see people in a good place, you know. But if I hadn't gone through all of the bad stuff, those bad relationships, then I wouldn't be the way that I am now. Like I just, you know, I just woke up, right? A spiritual upgrade. Just woke up and was like, you know what? None of this. I want to be happy, you know. So because of everything that I've been through, it's made you who you are today. It's made me who I am today. And Spirit is saying, hey, you're unique, you know, period. There is no one like you, right? You are set apart. You know, each and every one of us has something special, you know, about us. All of us have had good and bad things happen, you know. So it is what it is. We just learn how to flow with life and not force it. And that's the key. So you got this energy headed in. You're going to look at these nines and you're going to be like, I got this. You're also going to know that you are at the end, that things are wrapping up. And now you have a better understanding of why, you know, certain things may have occurred in your life. So, guys, thank you for stopping and watching, and I'll see you in the next video.